Okay, so let me get one thing clear. I've never thought Attack on Titan is a masterpiece. And I feel like people's expectations as well as people's recommendations of the anime kind of overblown what the anime was actually capable of, as in what Isayama could do with the anime slash manga. And I know that's a bold statement to claim because I'm a new watcher slash reader, because obviously I watched the anime and then like for the ending I obviously read the manga and went through it. So I know that's a bold statement to claim as someone new into the series, but I feel like as someone new, at least like newer, like into the, I wouldn't say the community because obviously I don't, you know what I'm saying, but as someone new coming into this piece of media and being able to analyze it, I feel like I have a good opinion on it because I'm not biased towards it. If anything, I would be more biased towards it being good because that's all I was ever hearing. So I expected it to be good, but coming coming at the end of it, now knowing the ending, as well as now knowing all of these characters and now knowing what I liked and disliked about the series, the only thing I can really say that I really did enjoy was the animation, which I know some people didn't like, the music, which I very much liked, as well as parts of the story, which I really did like. But now that the ending has come out, certain parts of the story doesn't even matter anymore because it like. Guys, if I explain, I'll get to it. I'll get to it in a bit because I want to kind of go through the characters first throughout the finale. But there's literally one plot point which I loved because I thought it was true, but now the ending has kind of proven that it's not. So now all I'm really doing is hoping that the anime only ending, there is an anime only ending, because if there isn't, then I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like this was disappointing. At least I could like. I know some people do like the ending, and people do like what they did with some of the characters. And to be honest, like even me, like there were certain parts of the ending that I did like, such as like even Levi saluting the rest of the scout regiment. But if I'm being completely honest, the entire ending was a complete slap in the face to Attack on Titan fans. If I'm being completely honest, the writing wasn't top tier masterpiece or whatever. And I know people keep saying that, oh, like there's no way like he could have got it perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like people's expectations were too high, but I don't think it was that hard to make a satisfying ending for what they've done. So I feel like in a way, maybe this ending was rushed, and maybe he needed a few more chapters. Isayama needed a few more chapters to finish it, but obviously we got the ending now. We know what the ending is, and all we can really do is talk about it. So I guess what I'll do is I'll go through the characters throughout this ending and kind of explain what happened with them, as well as like what I think about them throughout the entire series, and kind of give my opinion as to why I feel like this diminishes the series as to what it is. By the way, this is unscripted, so you know what I'm saying. Maybe I might say something wrong, but this is just me trying to give across my point of view, you know what I'm saying, without any sort of like in-depth analysis, if that makes any sense. Like I'm not going through like each of the episodes of season 1 to season 4, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just speaking from what I think. So I guess I'll start with Eren. Eren is a character that I've never liked. He seemed like a character that he was placed in a world, but he didn't understand what was actually at risk. And I hate characters like that because it made it seem as if whenever he won at something, whenever he did something good, it always felt as if it was because of the plot. He had the most amount of plot armor, and episode 4 of season 1 kind of proved that, because this guy running like an idiot. He doesn't learn from this, by the way. I think the only time he actually does learn from this is season 3, when he starts breaking down, and at the worst possible time, by the way, but where he kind of has some character development during season 3 when like his story is about to eat him. But in season 1 episode 4, he is literally just a terrible character all the way until he gets some character development in season 3. He, like, the fact that he doesn't see the Titan threat as something that's big is what kind of bothers me. And it kind of, like, everyone that kind of died because he did what he did kind of like, that's why it makes me feel like I just dislike his character, because it felt like he was only thinking for himself rather than the entire population. And that's why when he then came back as a Titan, obviously the Attack Titan, I was kind of like, nah, this isn't even fair, because he got eaten, by the way, but obviously his spine didn't get munched, so he didn't, obviously the person, the Titan that ate him didn't become one of the 9. But you know what I'm saying? Let me not waffle too much about why I dislike Eren, because if I do, this will end up being like a 30-minute video. But so yeah, I don't like Eren, and in this finale, all he does is give me more reasons to dislike his character. I liked him as a villain. He felt like a villain from the start of the series, but purely because it just felt like he was just so selfish and he only kind of thought about himself and killing all the Titans. So as a villain, where he kind of felt like he had, at least from the anime, it kind of, from my point of view anyways, it kind of seemed as if he had this own narrow-minded point of view in terms of how he viewed the world and how he viewed what he needs to get his goals to, like, you know what I'm saying? He kind of felt like, yeah, he's a villain. But now from the ending, we see all he is a simp. I can't lie. If I'm being completely honest, all Eren is a simp. And all the Jaegerists out there that, you know what I'm saying, love this guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the IRL Jaegerists. I feel so bad for you, because your character got ruined. He got finished. Literally everything that's happened in Attack on Titan basically happened because Eren did it. He sacrificed his mother, sacrificed his father, because he basically influenced his father to give him the founding Titan, just so he could give Mikasa a world where they'd be free. Even though the world he gave is worse than what it would have been if he didn't do what he did with the rumbling. This is why I hate this guy, because it basically just makes the entire story pointless, because he didn't have to go through all of this. There was other solutions. Like, I was even watching other people's videos. Like, there was other solutions as to what could have happened here. Like, he didn't have to like, there was someone must have said something about, like, why didn't I think the name's Dinah, like the royal abnormal Titan, why didn't they just eat the Attack Titan beforehand so she'd get the founding Titans, like, not the founding Titans part. Okay, I don't really know. Do you know what? Let me not get into that theory. But there was something that the person I was watching said about, like, why didn't that royal Titan just eat one of the Attack Titans and then obviously just get all the Titan powers and stuff like that. But yeah, Eren makes the story pointless because none of it really matters, because Eren was never free. He forced everything to happen the way it did, and he basically blamed the world and everyone else for his own actions, basically, because he's the one who caused it in the first place. His mother only died because he influenced the Royal Titan to not eat Bertold and to eat his mother from the future back to the past. That's all he did, using the founding Titan's powers. So Eren is one of the worst characters in my opinion. I really don't like this guy. And even his Attack Titan is on. When I tell you this is probably the most useless Titan now, because I don't understand, like, from what I've gotten from this year is that the Attack Titan's powers is to look into the future, but the founding Titan's powers kind of treats the past, present, and future as all in the same. So if you had the founding Titan's powers, you basically have the Attack Titan's powers. So what I'm getting from that is that the Attack Titan is useless. That's literally what I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong, because all the intricacies, you know what I'm saying, as I said, this is not scripted, so maybe I don't have all the intricacies down. But from what I've gotten from that, the Attack Titan is basically just useless. I can't lie. It's literally just a plot device. It gets Eren out from getting munched in season 1, and it basically just pushes forward the plot, end of season 3 to season 4. So now let's go on to Mikasa, and I know I've waffled a lot, but as I said, this is a bit of a, I'd say this is a rant. I can't lie, this is probably just a rant because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I just have to explain all of this. So Mikasa, she was my favorite character in season 1, and that's it. past that point, she got ruined. She was always just going like the way they explained it, at least in the anime. I don't know if this is in the manga. Was that as an Ackerman, her basically her loyalty was towards Eren, whereas like Ackermans basically are loyal towards one person, which is I think usually the king, but obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, her Ackerman powers basically kind of got confused and they were loyal to Eren. That's the way it was kind of explained in the anime. But now I'm not sure if it's due to love, because them two, you know what I'm saying, they had a thing for each other now because of, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, she got ruined season 1. And she basically did nothing for season 2 or 3. Like, she was literally just, oh, I'll protect Eren, blah, blah, blah. I won't let you touch him, I'll protect Eren. That's literally all she did. And now, during the finale, literally, she's destined literally just to carry Eren's head. Not carry Eren's head, his tombstone, literally just carry it around with her. And yeah, that's literally it. She was only, literally, she doesn't matter until the end of the story where she kills Eren. And that's it. It's one of them ones where it's like, Mikasa just gets shafted so bad, which it just annoys me. Like, I can't even think straight about why, because anyways, her romance with Eren doesn't even make any sense as it is, because it was never hinted beforehand, and literally this is shown multiple times. Like, even Eren says at one point, like, oh, he hated her, like he always hated her, which is kind of giving me the impression that maybe the ending was changed to kind of like have all of these like fan wanted things which didn't make sense, but kind of like at least tied in somewhat. I don't know, but basically their romance doesn't make any sense in my opinion, and this is what I kind of found as the best plot point. Well, one of the best plot points of Attack on Titan was Eren and Historia's relationship, which is why I'm upset that it ended up being Eren and Mikasa, because it's just like Eren and Historia made a lot more sense than Eren and Mikasa. Literally, Isayama has said before that Eren and Mikasa's relationship was brother and sister. Like, brother and sister, like, obviously, they're not brothers and sisters, but you know what I'm saying? So, now that we find out that it was romantic, it's just like, oof. So, Historia basically actually just, you know what I'm saying, like, she had a child with some random farmer who threw rocks at her. Even though it would have made more sense for Eren, because they had lots of, like, in the anime as well, it's like, I feel like they really did push this, like, in terms of, subtle. They pushed it very subtly. Like, I felt like Eren and Historia's relationship was building up in the background, but it was important. And that's what, because I didn't even realize it. Like, I'm pretty sure I must have watched a video about it. And when they were saying, like, all the stuff that kind of happens between Eren and Historia, that kind of, like, gives them more, chemistry and more that's what I kind of like, because if that was being basically built up in the background, because I didn't notice that, it then kind of made my basically it made me enjoy the story a lot more, because that was something that I thought I just didn't realize. That's something I thought I missed. But Eren and Historia, they are good characters together. They have a lot of chemistry and they kind of balance each other out. But apparently none of that matters. Apparently none of that made, like, we weren't even meant to read too deep into Eren and Historia's relationship, which I thought was what Isayama was going for, which if that's what he was going for, that's good writing. But no, instead he goes for the simple Eren and Mikasa, blah blah blah. Like, she just got, when I tell you, Historia got finessed basically. She got wasted. Mikasa got wasted as well. Yeah, it just makes me like, it honestly just makes me think, like, well, I don't understand why Isayama couldn't write any of these female characters in a good way. And speaking of female characters, let me speak about Ymir. Ymir basically was in an abusive relationship, and that abusive relationship was tied into the curse. And the reason why the Titans basically existed is because she loved King Fritz, even though King Fritz abused her multiple times. So when Mikasa was able to break her love for Eren by killing him, even though, you know what I'm saying? Because she was able to do that, Ymir was able to break her love for King Fritz, which was able to put an end to the Titan curse. it it just doesn't make sense. Let me not lie. Well, okay, it makes sense. It's not. Here's the thing. I've even put this in my notes. It's not bad writing, but it's just very off-putting. Because it's an abusive relationship. Like, you can't, like, come on, man. Like, come on. Why would she love him? Like, And on top of this, the Titan Centipede. Now, let me speak about the Titan Centipede because I've literally even said this multiple times to my friends. I'd rather it been that they just didn't explain where the Titan powers kind of came from and just kind of kept it as the legend of the devil or whatever gave it to Ymir, rather than introducing the centipede. And the reason why I say that is because A, the centipede doesn't do anything in the finale. It does absolutely nothing. Literally, it just disappears once Eren dies. And 2, it ruins kind of the explanation a lot more because it's just kind of like, well, okay, so where did the centipede come from? It's just a random centipede that gave Ymir Titan powers. That's it. There's no other explanation and it's like, well, which one would you prefer? The Titan centipede that came out of nowhere, or nothing, or maybe just like a few hints and legends? That personally, I would have just preferred it just be the devil or whatever. I don't know the exact name. I'm pretty sure it's just the devil that gave Ymir the powers, just as a legend, because then it leaves it open ended as to where Ymir actually got the Titan powers. And what I've been trying to say is that for multiple times is that if you leave something like that open-ended, then it means afterwards, if you're trying to do like a sequel OVA, something like that, or even if you're trying to continue the series, then you can do something with the fact that no one actually knows where these Titan powers come from. It'd be a good plot point. You know what I'm saying? At least if you leave it open-ended, rather than introduce something that feels lazy, it's a lot better. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my kind of opinion on the Titan Centipede. But anyways, it gets deaded off. It just gets deaded off. Like, literally, like, as soon as Eren gets killed, deaded off, everyone turns back into humans. So, like, their goodbye in the last chapter, 138, basically was nothing. And, yeah, literally, that's literally it. I can't lie. I think I've been... This kind of sounds abrupt, but I think I've been through everything I kind of dislike about the finale. Like, I can't even speak about Armin, because Armin, to be honest, the only bad thing I say he really did in the chapter was he thanked Eren for being a mass murderer, even though he's the smartest guy in the series, and he didn't think, why did this guy do this? You know what I'm saying? He didn't think, why did he do this? Like, also another thing, Reyna's character basically got destroyed. I can't lie, like, Reyna, like, at the end, like, this is why I'm thinking maybe this might be a joke ending, because Raiden, like, I nearly said Raiden, oh my god. Reiner, literally, I don't think he does anything until near the end where he sniffs Historia's handwriting. Like, okay. Literally, that's it. I can't even think of anything else, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm just going to go into my final thoughts here. Okay, so I kind of just wanted to get my thoughts together. So, what do I think of the Attack on Titan in general? I've kind of already said I don't think it's a masterpiece. I've never really been of that opinion. What I will say is that Attack on Titan was a pretty decent journey. It was a pretty good journey. But if I was to call this a masterpiece, then I would say Naruto is a masterpiece. And I don't count Naruto as a masterpiece. And there's just certain things, like, here's the thing, Attack on Titan has better... I'll compare this to Naruto just to kind of explain my reasoning as to why I just don't think this is a masterpiece, or even really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this even now holds a candle to Naruto, like, if this is real. And the reason why I say this is because, yeah, Attack on Titan has better character building. It has better stakes at the start, where you think, oh, like, one Titan can dead off 10 scouts. So it really feels tense at the start, but the more it goes on, it kind of just feels, ooh, like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, like, the intensity kind of dies down, and it kind of becomes more ridiculous. But compared to Naruto, like, okay, fine, Attack on Titan has better character building, but Naruto has better world building, and that's something that probably is a bit controversial. But the reason why I say it has better world building is because something like the Hashirama and Madara statue, for any of you guys who've watched Naruto. I'm assuming a lot of you have. The Hashirama and Madara statue is introduced back in Naruto Part 1. Yet it has so much significance by the end of Naruto Shippuden as well. Like, there's just certain things where it's like they introduce certain things and gradually build up on it in Naruto. And it's not character based, but it's to do with the world. They kind of just introduce stuff like even chakra styles, not chakra style, elemental. I don't remember what they're called. Maybe they are chakra styles, but like there's just certain things that they introduce in the series, and they all kind of tie into each other very well. Whereas I feel like with Attack on Titan, the world building is very weird. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as Naruto. I can't really give you an exact reason why, but it's like, even if I give you an example, as in like when they introduced the fact that there was Paradise Island wasn't the world. Like, they still had the entire ocean to cross and to get to the actual world. When they did that, to be honest, it wasn't really that big of a reveal for me, because the way I always thought about it was that we know Reina and Bertold came from somewhere, so they either came from a different city, which clearly knows more and knows how to deal with the Titans, or obviously they're on an island. And I mean, like, thinking Paradise Island as just an island, like, it doesn't really change anything if it was just an island or just a city that was isolated. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, like, for me, it just wasn't really like, oh. And they really don't do anything with the fact that Paradise Island is on an island, because the other nations, like, they get involved, like, somewhat, but they're not really, like, it's mainly Mali that Paradise has to worry about. It's mainly Mali. Like, obviously they have to worry about the whole world, but they don't really go like and explore the more of the world. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Like, I know that's maybe that's a stupid example, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know. I don't know. I wasn't invested in the world of Attack on Titan than I was with Naruto, and there were just certain things that, like, if I'm going to say Attack on Titan is a masterpiece, then I'd have to rate Naruto a masterpiece, especially since the ending. Even now, what would I rate Attack on Titan? I'm leaning towards high 8 to 9. But the ending, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm being too generous, because I feel like even me rating it a high 8, rather than just saying, yeah, it's an 8 or it's a 9, I don't know if I'm giving that because, obviously, I know how much people love the series, or I don't know if I'm giving that because I genuinely think that. But yeah, do you know what? This has just been a little rant, to be honest. This has just been a little, like, off-script rant. If you guys want me to actually review the series and actually go through it, then obviously make sure to leave a like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? If you guys actually want me to go in depth, because I will, because I wanted to rewatch Attack on Titan anyways. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, see exactly what I kind of disliked, see exactly what I liked, and I wanted to see more where people were coming from in terms of masterpiece. But personally, for me, I guess it just wasn't for me. Maybe I'm not a fair judge on Attack on Titan, but personally, I think I do, just because I came into it thinking it was going to be good, and it kind of disappointed me because it wasn't what people were saying it was, in my opinion. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like my commentary and are new to the channel, please leave a like and also subscribe, because that'll very much help me out. I hope I don't get hate for this, because, I mean, I know a lot of people do love the series, and I'm not trying to hate on the series either, because I did like it, but it's just, you know what I'm saying, like, as I said, convoluted. There's just certain bits about it which just didn't mesh with me. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.